So this video is called the Aussiest interview ever. What a legend.
We got this suggested, I believe, on our extended reaction suggestion form. If you want to check that out, link in the description. You can send us some Australia videos because we kind of need some suggestions on some more stuff we can learn, especially since we traveled there. So is there anything you guys can suggest now that we've traveled? Let us know.
Yeah, obviously some of the types of things to react to get a little ruined when we actually experience it for ourselves. We're not one of those reactors that are just going to sit in their room in the US and be like, wow, Australia, I love it so much, and then never go there.
Yeah, so we did.
We're the real deal. Do you respect us more now?
We actually learned all the information and then went there, and now we know stuff.
We applied our information to our real life journey.
I will say there was like a few times in general we didn't see like the super cliche stereotypical Australian accent in people. When we talked to people, it was more in the cities we were in, but we did hear a few of the out there accents that were even like hard for us to understand.
Out in the countryside is where we heard that. Because we drove from Sydney to Melbourne. If you want to check out our series, we're in the middle of it right now on our travel vlog channel, TriFate Lifestyle, link in the description. But yeah, we didn't hear the Steve Irwin stereotypical Australian accent that Americans know. Only a few times. I remember there was one guy in a gas station out in the middle of nowhere, and I didn't expect it. And this is just some like we were just there. I was in the gas station. It was just me and him in there, and he's like, "Oh yeah, yeah." And then I just did it. I was like, "Good. How are you? Whatever." And then I did my credit card. He's like, "That'd be 75. And I was like, "That's the most Aussie thing I've heard."
And then there was like an older guy who was about to go surf, and he's like, "Oh, a ripper! It's a ripper out there." We're like, "Oh man, that's it right there."
It's cool to experience that because obviously in Sydney and Melbourne they have the more like chilled down accents. So let's see what this guy's repping here. Here we go.
Oh well, it's really quite funny. I was in bed sleeping.
That's it. That's it.
At
happened?
Oh well, it's really quite funny. I was in bed sleeping at 2 o'clock this morning. My wife comes in and says, "Oh, the shop's been someone ran into the shop." And I said, "Oh, what?" So I jumped out of bed and all I had was my undies on. And I've walked out the front and
How does me undies on?
How does someone like this, like he's just all of a sudden this amazing storyteller for this perfect news segment?
It's just natural Australian to be a good storyteller. Me undies.
all I had was my undies on. And I've walked out the front and I've seen
I like the woman's face here. She's like serious until he says the undies thing, and then she's kind of like trying to hold in the front.
I've seen the car smashed, and I've seen the bloke walking back to the car. And so I've walked outside and I said, "Oh, what are you doing, mate? Like, you can't be leaving the scene." And he goes, "Don't be a hero, mate." And I said, "I'm not trying to be a hero, but the police are coming." And he just decided he'd scoot up the road, and I just said, "Nah, it's not going on like that, mate." So I jumped in my car and I started
Not going on like that.
chasing him up the road, and then he went down a side street, and then the police were coming, and I flashed them and sent them off in the direction of him. But mate, all I had was me jocks on. I was chasing him up the street, and I'm just like, mate, like,
Because you told me that this is your mate's shop and you didn't want him to get away.
yeah, no, well, me mate's mum's had this shop for like 40 odd years, and look at it. Look at it. Whoa.
It's a mess, isn't it?
It's sad.
Beyond a mess. Like, words can't explain how it is, mate. Like,
Now, Daniel, you managed to put some pants on in the meantime.
yeah, mate.
It's good to hear. Do you feel like a hero?
Not really. It's just something you got to do for the community, mate. It's like you look after your mates, and your mates will always look after you.
There you go. Good attitude. There you go.
What a
guys.
legend.
Daniel, quite the Australian hero here this morning. As for the owners of the fish and chip shop, well, they are insured, but there is a big mess to clean up this morning.
Oh, wouldn't you like to live next door to Daniel?
Round of applause.
Aussie of the day. Aussie of the day.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Jess, what Daniel needs to realise, Daniel, if you can hear me, you know all good superheroes wear their jocks on the outside, so it kind of fits the brief, pardon the pun.
Yeah, but I had nothing on but me jocks.
Yeah, Lisa.
Well, you missed that bit of the uniform, but that's okay. You're a hero in our eyes.
Wow.
Well done, Daniel.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks a lot, guys.
Goes to show what you can achieve in your underwear.
Yeah.
Seems like it'd be a nice guy to just like, if you just met him on the street, you just hang out with him.
Yeah,
Just have all these funny stories to tell.
Even if it's like a minor story, it would just sound like a funny story to tell too.
Wow, what a legend.
What a legend indeed. He has a way with words.
Definitely, definitely. And that's just like, I mean, obviously we didn't run into many people like this, but he is the stereotypical Australian, like really friendly, just that accent, just the way he told the story, using the words like me undies, me mates moms, like stuff like that.
Yeah, he really fits the bill, and still a nice guy too. It's not like he's a bad guy in any way.
I mean, that I feel like in America, everyone just assumes Australians are all like super nice and adventurous and fun. And it seemed like, I mean, obviously we ran into a lot of business people. We didn't talk to them or anything, but they seemed less fun, of course, because they were just going to work. But a lot of Americans imagine him and Steve Irwin and people like that as Australians, and they do exist.
Yeah, they do exist. I'm sure people would be surprised when you travel to the big cities that you don't even get close to seeing people like this really in the big cities at all. But then as soon as you get out of the cities, then it's there.
Yeah. And Australian people were very friendly. They're super nice. They were helpful.
Everywhere. We never had a bad experience at all. Everyone was very chill.
The only thing we'd run into was like some people, and they're usually like the hotel workers for some reason, or like a bartender or a waiter once, or a cashier or something like that. They would just kind of seemed like they wanted to go home. Maybe they were reaching the end of their day, and they just kind of mumble. They just kind of mumble like this, and it was in a not thick, but it was in an Australian accent. So it already takes us a second to process. But then they'd also kind of just softly mumble like this. Did not know what they were saying.
And it'd be like in my mind, I would try to like figure it out. And there would be like 2 seconds of just silence. And I'd be like, what?
That happened to me at one of the small towns. It was like past Melbourne down the Great Ocean Road. It was a cashier or bartender or something, and you go up to pay at the bar before you get your food. And he mumbled, and I was like, so quietly, and I was like, huh? What? I was like, oh no, I actually said sorry. And he was like, and he did exactly the same. And then I was like, what? And he just said, you pay here.
Weird. But why is you needed a translator, a mumble translator?
I guess so. I don't know if that's a common thing or we just happened to run into it a few times, but it was interesting that happened.
Yeah. He must not like his job very much.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed. We will see you in the next one.
Goodbye.
Bye.